There is a power to big groups of people. I don't care what anybody says. Like, you go to the right concert, you go to a game, you go to, even a smaller event where you're speaking at something or whatever, and it's like there's energy that's created in those environments that I think is hard to replicate anywhere else, really. So there's just there's an electricity that flows through some of those games, and it's just like, man, you make a big play and you stand up and it feels like you're gonna levitate. It's like, wow, everybody's cheering and they're all doing it because of what I just did. It's pretty badass. It's pretty special.
Yeah, there's nothing like that. I always said, if somebody said, what would be your dream job, Jimmy? And I don't know all that went into it when I would say this back in the day. I'm sure knowing what you guys had to go through and with your bodies and having been friends with a bunch of NFL guys now. But I always said I wanted to be an NFL middle linebacker.
Yeah.
Right? Like that. It's just like, what a dream job to be in that position. And obviously you played on the end, but just a really special way to live life. It's just one of those things that I imagine once you're done, it becomes really difficult to try to replicate that kind of purpose or excitement in life.
Yeah.
And maybe you can speak to that a little bit.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I mean, it is, so when you're done playing, I went through a period where you kind of have to like reevaluate your life almost. It's like you're kind of chopped down. You're starting over. You're back to square one type of thing, because all the value you just built for yourself, the reason people know your name, the reason you get exposure to deals or you're making money or whatever is all based on the sport that you played your whole life.
Yeah.
And so that's your name is synonymous with it. All your relationships and your contacts are all formulated based around that game. And so when that's taken away, for me especially, because I moved, I played on the East Coast, Baltimore and Cleveland mainly.
Yeah.
And then we moved out to Scottsdale. We didn't know anybody in Scottsdale. So it was like, not only did I remove myself completely from the game, but I also removed myself from any type of community or anything. So I went through a stretch where it was almost depressing as a man in a way. I didn't feel like truly
you lost your identity.
Yeah, like you lost your identity. Yeah, you lost your value. You lost your purpose, and it takes time to rebuild that. And I didn't realize how much and how long it would take and how hard it would be to like reestablish a value proposition for Paul Kruger, and how I would gain fulfillment in the future self.
Well, it's probably even worse because you had a big contract with Cleveland, signed a big contract. So you had all this money, you've had this success. You're supposed to at that point just be fulfilled, but that's not how human behavior is, right?
No.
It doesn't matter what plateau you get to. If you're not growing and you're not contributing, you're not going to feel fulfilled no matter where you've been. And so I imagine it only made it that much worse to be like, shit, I should just be fulfilled.
I should be so happy. It's so weird. It's so weird because here I am, I'm young 30s, right? Early 30s. I've got a beautiful wife. I've got a beautiful little girl. I'm in a amazing house in Scottsdale in an awesome neighborhood. I've got a pool in my backyard. I'm playing golf all the time. And I'm like, I've never felt less alive and less fulfilled than I do right now. And everything in my life is totally on point. And it's just like I had to go deep within my own psyche. Like, why do you feel like this? Why are you getting agitated? Why are you, not feeling like you're really driving your life? And I was happy, but there was this huge side, and I think it's like the side of men, that it's like, look, your family is where your happiness lies. To me, that's where my happiness lies. That's where I try to link all my goals and all the things I want to accomplish to those little faces I got at my house, and to making sure that they're taken care of and protected. But I think there's a huge part of men, and it's like what you do is who you are, and what you spend your time doing outside of the house is really who you are as a person and as a man. And I just didn't have that at all. And it was really hard for me. So it took time and energy and work and hours, but I started to kind of grind through it.